Did you know that you can cut cardstock without a mat on your Silhouette machine? You can. It's super simple, and Studio does all the work for you as long as you have your page set up properly. Hi, I'm Brenda Lambert. I'm a TJC licensed instructor for Silhouette. You found your way to Silhouette success. Of course, I do hope you're going to join our little community here on YouTube. Just hit the subscribe button down below. There is a ton of information in this video, so let's get started. Pop-out cuts work by cutting your material normally, but ever so often the blade lifts to create tiny tabs, little perforation points that keep your shapes attached to the sheet while the machine is running. Because you're cutting without a mat, the machine can't let those pieces fall and get stuck. Those tabs hold everything in place until the cut is finished, and then you can just bend the sheet slightly and the shapes literally pop out. Super satisfying. It's not a different blade or tool, it's just a different cutting strategy that is designed specifically for materials that do not have a backing. Pop-out cuts work best with materials that are rigid enough to stay flat and strong enough to hold those little tabs. The ones that I found work best are cardstock, right around 65 to 110 pound. Craft board, it's going to be a little bit denser but also very stable. Light chipboard does surprisingly well because it's very rigid, and you can use paper-based stencil sheets. Anything really that behaves like a cardstock. You do want to, however, stick to simple shapes, circles, tabs, labels. Nothing too intricate. I did manage to cut out this silhouette, but this is about as detailed as I would go. You're not going to want to use the pop-out cut feature on anything with an intricate design. Anything with a small details, the tabs are not going to hold there. Fibrous or delicate cardstock is going to tear instead of slicing, and thin acetate is going to be too slippery and flexible, and it's going to get caught up in your machine. You don't need to use the pop-out cut with vinyl or HTV because it already comes with its own backing, and you don't really want to use this on anything that has to be perfect because the tabs will leave little bumps on some of the sides of your shapes. Now let's take a look at the software. The first thing I want to point out is that your cutting area is going to be smaller when you cut without a mat. The machine needs extra room at the top and bottom to grip and feed that material in, and it leaves a little bit of extra room on the sides as well for your rollers. Setup is super simple. In the page setup panel, you're going to choose no mat, and in the send panel, you're going to choose a compatible material, whatever you're using, but like cardstock plain, cardstock textured, or thin chipboard. Once you choose your material and you've selected no mat, the pop-out cut is going to populate automatically in the software settings. You do want to make sure that your blade depth and force are adjusted accordingly here. I found that my machine worked best with my material if I lowered the blade depth. It was set at 3. I brought it down to a 2 and I got better results. You can also play around with the force and the speed. I highly recommend that you do test cuts, but I also recommend that you kind of run the whole project through until you get the right settings, because the layout of your project is going to affect how the cuts behave as well as the settings in the software. But once you have your settings adjusted, you're going to adjust your rollers so that they grip the material on both sides. If you're used to working with a mat, the rollers are going to be too far apart. So bring the roller on the right hand side in until it rolls over the edge of your material. You can go ahead and load your cardstock and send the job. Now there are a few different things that I noticed while I was testing for this video. Circles perform much better than squares. The circles glide through the cut because there's no corners for the blade to catch on. Squares tend to lift a little bit during the cut, and the corners are more likely to get bumped by the rollers, which can in turn throw the whole cut off. I also found that placing the shapes away from the edge gives much better results. When the shapes are too close to the edge, the cardstock flexes once part of the sheet has already been cut, and that flexing makes the next cut less stable. Another way to keep the material stable is to give a little bit of space in between the shapes. If the shapes are too close together, the cardstock weakens as the machine cuts more and more of the sheet. So leave a little bit of breathing room in between shapes, and that'll keep the sheet stable and reduce shifting. I do also want to point out that using the pop-out cut wears out the cutting strip more than cutting with a mat does. When you cut with a mat, that mat absorbs the pressure from the blade. If anything's going to be cut, it will be the mat. When you cut without a mat, the cutting strip absorbs that pressure as well, but that's exactly what that strip is designed for. The trick is to make sure that your blade is not too deep. I mentioned that I switched from a blade depth of 3 down to a 2 and got better cuts. It's also going to reduce the wear on that cutting strip. You should be checking your cutting strip regularly. Just run your finger across it. If you feel any cuts or dips in it, you can replace it. They are available on the Silhouette America website. If you have not tried the pop-out cut feature in Silhouette Studio yet, you definitely should. This method of cutting without a mat is perfect for creating card bases because you don't have the extra step of preparing the mat and then removing the card bases from the mat. It all goes very quickly, very smoothly. This is also great for classroom supplies or learning materials for your child at home. This is also perfect for party decor or different holiday banners. The cuts don't have to be perfect, but you want it repetitive and fast. And of course, it's perfect for kids' crafts. So in short, pop-out cuts are not for every project, but they are for a lot of projects that don't have to be quite perfect. Simple shapes work best. And the best part about all of this is that it saves your cutting mat. When you're putting cardstock on your adhesive mat, all of those fibers tend to stick to the adhesive and it wears your mats out a lot faster than when you're using them to cut vinyl. Go ahead and try the pop-out technique. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from every one of you. Now go create something amazing and I'll see you in the next video.